So I've got everybody's warm-up turned in. Everybody has their notes. You need to be on this page of your notes. We are in Unit 9 now, guys. So you should have started a new section of your notes for Unit 9. Just like yesterday, we were talking about adding and subtracting polynomials, and there being two ways that you can organize it, one being horizontal, which is what you're used to, and one being vertical, which we talked about yesterday. There are several ways that you could do multiplying polynomials. There are two ways that we're going to talk about today, and a third one that I'm also going to tell you about. Okay. The first one is called the box method. That's how I call it. It's sometimes referred to as the area method. Okay. But the box method is used to help organize what you're doing into boxes, just like the name states. Right? Okay. Would you agree that 30 plus 5 equals 35?
Yes.
Would you agree that negative 10 plus negative 2 is negative 12?
Yes.
Okay. So all I've done is deconstructed 35 and negative 12 into its tens part and its ones part. You did this in 5th grade when you had blocks that represent your tens, how many tens you have and how many ones you have, and right, stuff like that.
Hey, question, I'll be back real quick.
So on this is like a multiplication chart. So we're going to take this side number and we're going to multiply it by this top number. So we're going to multiply these tens places together. So 30, so 30 times negative 10 is what? Negative 300. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for this box right here. So negative 10 times 5 is what? Negative 50. Then this box, I've got negative 2 times 30 is negative 60. And negative 2 times times positive 5 for this box. Negative 15. Negative 10. Sorry, negative 10.
You. No,
so now we're going to add everything together. They're all like terms because they're all just plain numbers. There's no variables on them, right? So we've got all negative numbers. So what's my final answer going to be, positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative because I'm adding them all, right? So what's 300 plus 50?
It's 420. Negative 50.
Okay, so that's 350 plus 60 is 410. Plus 10 is 420. Yes. Okay. So now, the other method that you could use is distributing. When you are distributing, you take the second set of numbers that are in parentheses, okay, and you put it twice. And then you take each part of the first set and multiply it to the second set and distribute it.
Who's there?
Thank you, Josh.
God, it's Jesus.
Okay. So 30 times negative 10 is what again, guys?
300 in the negative.
Negative 300. And 30 times negative 2?
It's negative 20.
Negative 60.
Oh.
Negative 60. 5 times negative 10?
50 negative.
And 5 times negative 2.
Negative 10.
Did I end up with the same numbers in my blanks here as what I had in my boxes over on the other one?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
But that's
Yes.
that's 60.
What are you talking about, dude?
Here's
Look.
300.
300.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 360, 360, 50, 10, 50, 10, right? So same numbers, they just ended up organized a little bit differently, right? So what's my final answer going to be?
Shut up.
Okay, negative 420 again. Okay, so this is just illustrating to you that you would get the same answer either method that you choose. So we're going to do this one.
Oh, Cutter's a gangster. I'm doing my work.
On this problem here,
Are we having a grade for the notes at the end of the week?
we will have a grade for the notes before the end of the 6 weeks, yes, not the end of this week.
Always have to.
Come on, President.
Okay, so what's going to go in this box?
0.
25.
10.
5.
5.
6.
5x.
Okay, so we're taking this x and we're multiplying it by this x. So x times x would be what?
5.
5x.
Yeah, 1x to the square.
No.
X squared.
X squared. Okay.
Right.
This box right here.
X5.
How do we write that though?
5x.
5x.
5x2. Or no. No, 2.
Okay, this box?
2x. Negative 2x.
Negative 2x.
All right.
This box right here?
Negative 10.
Negative 10.
Money.
Okay. Now, yesterday we recapped about like terms. Do I have something that matches my x squared that I can combine it with?
3x plus.
No, I just have to have my x squared. It doesn't have any like terms to combine with it. Okay. What about my 5x and my negative 2x?
3x.
Okay, those are like terms, so I can combine them, giving me
3x.
positive 3x.
All right, and then you got negative 10.
Minus 10 on the end.
Terms.
There you go. Right, so I'm done. I cannot simplify it anymore.
President.
So on the distribute side, this second parentheses has been written twice. Now we're going to rewrite what's in the first parentheses.
Yeah. Wait. Spit on my. Like AK.
Okay, one. Do I need you to move back over here where you need to be? Or scoot your desk forward some? Cutter, scoot your desk backwards some.
Between Jonathan right here. Jonathan and Yvonne.
So x times x is
X2.
x squared. X times negative 2.
Negative 2x.
Exactly.
Thank you.
5 times x.
X 5x.
5 times negative 2.
Negative 3x. Alright, wait, what? Hold on, brother. No, I didn't even know.
What are my like terms? My like terms end up right here in the middle.
Meet you in the middle.
So we've got x squared plus 3x minus 10.
And look, we got the same answer
Got the
again.
same answer.
That's crazy.
Okay, so here is the method that I told you I was just going to mention. Okay, and it only works, okay, the reason that it is not the main method that I teach is because it only works for a binomial times a binomial. So it only works for a problem like this that has two numbers inside the parentheses and two numbers inside the next parentheses. And that method is called FOIL. FOIL.
Foil.
And what the FOIL method tells you is instead of rewriting it like we did down here, okay, instead of rewriting it for right down here like we did, we would just take this first term, okay, so F stands for first, and multiply it by the other first term in the other parentheses. That gets us our x squared. Then it tells us to do our outside. So that's the one that's on the outer side of the problem times the other one that's on the outer side of the problem. So we would get x times negative 2.
Right. I don't like the way this problem's going.
And then
Inner.
we've got inner. So which ones are those going to be talking about?
The 5.
The positive 5 because it's on the inside, and the x. Hmm? And then what do you think the last one stands for? Last. Okay, so that is the last one's in the parentheses. So 5 and negative 2. Okay, and that is what this colored handout that I gave you, okay, this little half sheet that I gave you, talks about the FOIL method. Okay. So, next problem. Okay. The reason that we use the box method or the distribute method is because it will still work with problems like these that have multiple terms, not just two, that has 3, 4, 5. Okay, the box method or the distribute method work no matter how many terms you end up in your problems. You would just have to expand your boxes or have more blanks to combine. So what is going to go in this first? What's going to go in this first box here?
What's Easter?
2x and the x.
Okay, it's 1 times 1, which is still just 1, and x cubed, because you've got x times x squared, because we're multiplying. Then in my next box, I've got 1x times 3x gives me 3x. Then in the last box, I've got 1x times negative 1.
It cancels, right?
Wait, we have a daylight savings on the 14th.
No, it doesn't.
No.
What if you have to make Easter?
I just regret it.
Okay, come on, guys. We're barely going to get through this as it is. Negative 4 times x squared is what?
Negative 4x.
Negative 4x squared. 3x times negative 4?
7.
12x.
Negative 12x. And then negative 4 times negative 1.
Negative 4x.
4.
Plus 4. Plus 4.
What are my like terms? Do I have anything that matches my x cubed?
No.
No, so it just stays x cubed. Do I have anything with my x's?
Yes.
And I've got a negative 4x squared. Oops, I forgot my squared on this one.
We not have an Easter.
It's April 4th.
Alright.
Okay, so negative 4x squared plus 3x squared.
Well,
This is where we're adding.
Squared.
oh my God.
Okay, so inside they're all like terms and we're adding. When we're doing what's out here times what's out here, then it's multiplication. So negative 4x squared plus 3x squared
Is one.
is a negative 1x squared. Then I've got negative 12x and negative 1x, which is what?
13.
Negative 13x, and then plus 4 because there's nothing to add on it, correct? Hey, Cutter, head up for me. Jonathan, head up for me so I know you're not sleeping. All right, so when we're distributing, we're going to take this first, so x and negative 4, and separate them and multiply them by everything in the second parentheses. So x times x squared, x cubed, x times 3x, 3x squared. All right, x times negative 1,
It's
negative
negative
1x. Okay. Then I've got negative 4 times negative 4 times x squared.
Negative 4x.
Negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times 3x.
Negative 12.
Joshua, head up for you too. Negative 4 times negative 1.
4.
Again, these are all the same numbers that were in the boxes over there. We now just need to figure out my like terms. So I've got only one x cubed. I've got 2x squares, which make negative 1x squared. Now I've got 2x terms, which makes a negative 13x. And then plus 4. Now when I write my final answer, I don't want all of these plus minus things going on here. So when I rewrite it, I'm going to write x cubed minus x squared minus 13x plus 4. Now I'm going to give you a moment. And I want you, first off, to tell me whether or not you prefer, we're going to take a vote by hand. Okay, do you prefer the box method or the distribute method? So who prefers the box method?
I like the box.
Okay.
I put stick in the box.
Who prefers the distribute method? Okay. So usually I get about a 50-50 of what people prefer. Okay. It really does not matter which way, but right now you're going to pick the one that you chose, that you say that you prefer, and you're going to do this one on your own. Yep. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do it.
Which one you said?
This next problem on the notes here.
Okay.
I was okay.
I put link in the box. I put link in the box.
Okay. What happens when you multiply two variables? So what happens when you multiply an
They
x times a
square.
y? What happens when you multiply an x times a y?
They square.
No, they don't square. You get a
XY.
xy.
I don't get
Okay.
an XY.
Okay, so do this problem.
Bro,
Come on.
25.
would I put this X in or no? I'm good.
Put your head up so you're not sleeping. You've missed the whole thing that's in. You're doing this one by yourself right now.
I told you, better get up. So anytime you times a y by a y, it's an x y. Oh, so go. Oh, wait, hold on. So you just add that.
Yeah.
With a y, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Remember, letters next to each other just means multiplication, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
No, he was like,
Yeah, just like, why not?
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Well, we-
No, this can't help you. If you're timesing a 4 with an x, with another 4x, wouldn't it be 16x2? Right?
Yes, it's 4 times 4. What do we? She will, I'm gonna go out there work on them cars and solve equations.
Yes, Erskine.
I need a diameter and a whole tire to put on that ring, boy. I tell you what, that makes going so hard.
Hey, what's y times y? Okay, it's y cubed.
When I'm here, Tom said,
But is it negative or positive?
Positive.
Okay,
Macaroni.
so let's see.
Stop.
I don't have any over there anymore.
Oh, can I go to the bathroom? Oh, okay, cool. You guys.
Some out of tissue boxes too. Okay, so either way you wrote this, okay, I usually write my first one down the side here, and 4x plus y. You could have flipped those. It did not matter which way you wrote those. But 4 times 4 is 16. X times x is x squared.
I'm smart.
Okay?
Smart.
4x times positive y would give you a positive 4xy. 4x times negative y would give you a negative 4xy.
Oh, see, I didn't know where to put the negative, so I put
And
it between the x and the y.
Negative y times positive y gives you a negative y squared.
See, you guys, it's negative.
Okay?
I said square. You said you put it.
What happens with my like terms here, guys?
Cancel.
Cancels
They
out.
cancel out. So I'm left with 16x squared minus y squared. There's a special phrase that we use for problems like this. This is called difference, except for I don't know how to spell, difference of squares.
My name is Bob. My name.
Okay, difference of squares, because 16x squared and y squared are perfect squares, and the answer to a subtraction problem is called the difference, right? So the difference of squares. Okay. So over here, we would have the same thing if we distributed 4x times 4x is 16x squared. 4x times y is positive 4xy. Oops. Gotta switch it. Okay. Negative y times 4x is negative 4xy. And negative y times y is negative y squared. Okay, those would cancel out still. 16x squared minus y squared. So this next problem. Set it up and work it out. I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes for this one too.
Guys, the restroom real quick.
We only have like 10 minutes of class left.
It'll be quick.
No, he won't.
No, he's gonna wiener whack.
Okay. Abraham.
I'm sorry, that just slipped out. I'm sorry.
It was not appropriate.
Gotta go fast, really quick.
Be quick. But if you fall asleep in class again, don't expect to get to leave
Bro, you
because you'll
gotta
take your
hurry,
break.
Connor, you need to do work.
Gavin worked so hard to be asking me to get her. No, I was saying, like, he worked so hard to play and he got hurt. That's bad. Oh, he just fell down. No, he really did, he just fell down. That's like a real bad.
You could have put it on that to get served.
Nah, that's Ethan that made him fall.
It was not Ethan that made him fall.
It wasn't?
It wasn't. Everybody said Ethan made it fall. He fell on his own. He tripped over his leg.
So when he breaks something, oh, I actually got this from you. No, it is so. Here, man. I know you want to go.
Where you going?
I want to go to Christmas one. We love you.
He gonna go. Slip it on there.
Is that right? 3x plus what?
Huh?
I got 1x power 2 plus 22x plus 3.
No, because you're all, yeah, where'd you get 40 from?
The bottom right there, you see it? That's 40.
Yeah.
I think I got it right. Oh wait, hold on, no, never mind. Hold on, I got that wrong.
Yeah, I got that
Hold on, that was
right.
wrong. It should be negative 2x2 with that 3, x3.
So you should have ended up with 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 22x plus 40. Okay, if you distributed, you should have ended up with the same thing. And one fast way to distribute is to draw the arrows instead of rewriting everything. Okay, so if I draw my arrows instead, I would get same thing, 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 30x. Okay. And if I'm going to draw my arrows and save myself from writing everything out again, then I'm also going to use the vertical alignment like we did yesterday. So 4x squared, I'm going to line that up right here, minus 8x plus 40. Now I've got everything lined up to see exactly how that I'll get my answer. Okay, I still have one more thing to show you guys. Well, I already talked about this handout for you. Okay, your circle and square at the bottom is not filled in, but all the information is up there for you, so you can fill it in. Okay, we need to talk about special products. If you see something in parentheses that has a plus or a minus with a squared behind it, you cannot distribute that square to everything in the parentheses. You can't do it. That doesn't work that way. Okay, you have to rewrite it. Y minus 2 times y minus 2 because it's everything in there times itself. Okay, 9 minus k times 9 minus k. Right, so that's the only other thing that you need to know when you see your assignment is that you need to rewrite it. If you've got something in parentheses raised to the square, you need to rewrite it so that you can multiply. Okay? We will finish talking about these notes and additional notes tomorrow. Here is your assignment. It is not as organized as it normally is because the printer and I were fighting this morning.
Yeah, blame it on the printer.
So the little thing right there is just a duplicate of what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but blame it on the printer.
You can do that little square on the back.
Yeah, you can do that.
Restore looking at this.
Oh, this is homework?
Tell you 11 students.
Shut up.
It'll be on Go For It, yes.
And, remember you put the writing
What?
You don't watch it though.
It's not live yet because I was having printer issues. I'm still trying to get it, but yes, it will be on Go The quiz grade and stuff this afternoon because I have to stay late. Yesterday I had to leave, so I didn't get anything updated.
I need one.
Did I miss anybody else? Everybody else got one? Okay, they will be on Go Formative. It's just not up there yet. I'm finishing trying to get those done. But
The best feeling is when you're going up there and not dig, and you see that picture from about 45, 50.